Chief second, please. Chief second. Gentlemen, you've already received your instructions in the dressing room. You both know exactly what I expect. Please give the fans a good, hard, clean fight. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Right. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
No talking, no posturing, no ridiculous anything there with the referee's instructions. Terence Crawford, if he wins this fight, could find himself a two-time Fighter of the Year. Some are asking the question, is he the best fighter on the planet? Is he #1 pound for pound? This will go a long way toward establishing that.
It will be, and I think that's something that's very important to him. So there really is a lot at stake for Terence Crawford in this fight. Now we're going to see what Molina has and how he chooses to fight Crawford.
The ironic thing about John Molina, Barry, is the fact that his worst defeat was when he was knocked out. He's knocked out in 44 seconds by Antonio DeMarco because he's the big slugger. He's the big knockout guy, right? But he went out that night against a guy who's not really that hard a hitter, I don't think, DeMarco. At least he hasn't established it that, and he was taken out. So let's go. I was just going to say, let's see if Crawford tries for a quick one.
Well, that right hand at least got his attention at the very least.
Crawford starting orthodox in this fight, often turns southpaw pretty early, something that DeMarco had success starting being in the southpaw stance early against Molina. So let's see if Crawford switches it up or stays the full round as an orthodox fighter.
Early moments of this fight, Molina not only getting out quick, he's getting out strength. Is that a word?
For tonight, it
sure.
Is.
All right. I'll co-sign.
One thing, and we'll see it if this fight does evolve into a longer fight. I've never seen anyone, I don't think, really switch from right-handed to left-handed as seamlessly as Terence Crawford.
There's a good right hand from Molina.
And there he goes.
He's a real pro, no question.
Into the southpaw stance.
Crowd taking up a chant. Crowd really a factor. That's a good, strong jab. The jab knocked Molina backward.
Molina having trouble cutting the ring in this first round. Crawford circling at will.
Molina really between a rock and a hard place. And you said it earlier. Does he box him or does he try to be aggressive with him? Every fighter that has been aggressive with Crawford has gotten himself knocked out.
One thing he's not doing is he did against Provodnikov is jabbing. He jabbed like crazy against Provodnikov. He threw over 600 jabs that night. And he has not done that so far. He's looking for a big shot.
His legs kind of went again with that combination by Crawford. Another good left hand by Crawford.
I think it's a little bit of a shame you're not going to see the very best John Molina tonight because there's no way that that weight cut did not affect him.
I got it.
And maybe Crawford won't get all the credit either if he were to win because they'll say that wasn't the best John Molina that night.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose fight, really, for Crawford. I mean, if he wins the fight, it's nothing venture, nothing gain. If he loses the fight, he loses his title. Big first round for Crawford.
Now let's take a look at some of that first round action. Pretty brisk first round, actually. There you see, remember when I was talking about nuances? Look at the angles of some of those shots. And he threw a 1-2 combination, but he threw it backwards. Threw the cross first, then the jab.
This guy's a real pro.
Starts the second round in the southpaw.
And on the move.
Oh, the ref can't get out of the way.
Crawford got the best of that with the right hand.
Molina just trying to catch lightning in a bottle. He is dangerous at all times. Even if this fight goes into the later rounds. It may not, but if
there was a good left hand from Crawford.
He was hopelessly behind against Mickey Bay when he fought that fight and stopped him in the last round.
That's right. And Bay was undefeated at the time.
Wait, no, don't punch. Step back.
Molina's legs haven't been there since the opening bell.
They have not. They have not. Virtually every punch that Crawford throws with authority staggers Molina. Even if it doesn't hurt him, his legs kind of give out.
You know, and the thing is, Terence Crawford can hit. He's picking up his velocity of punches, and he's picking up the power in which he is throwing. He definitely can punch, so Molina hasn't been punched with his best yet.
When some people always talk about how slow of a starter that Terence Crawford is, but tonight, I don't see that at all.
Left hand, left the body, right to the head.
I mean, he already looks like he's just trying to survive.
Terence fighting as if fighting a bigger guy is no problem at all.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a much bigger foe.
It's just working him. Good right hand there, or left hand there too.
Terence is a beautiful fighter to watch in the ring. I remember thinking earlier in the year, fight that Christina and I were working on, his fight against Victor Postol. I expected a really tremendous battle, a close fight, and I mean, it was just a 12-0 wipeout. It was.
I think everybody did. Everyone was talking about how it's a 50-50 fight coming in. You had the 1 versus 2, both of the guys undefeated, and you know, Crawford pretty much put on a clinic.
Which he's doing right here too, and in fact, right now this looks like only a question of time. Maybe that's what that question mark on Molina's trunks are.
Just leave yourself a little bit of an out, which is that right hand by Molina.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And all you have to do is go back to the Bay fight.
Quick time.
Hanging around with the bad crowd, turned his life around, and he has really turned into something. He's a good person, and he's a great fighter.
He is that. Both of those.
Molina's coming forward with his head, kind of getting it real sloppy, and that's got to be something he's got to be careful with, maybe getting cut, because he's really just lunging in there with his head.
No, but he's throwing caution to the winds here, Christina. He's going to try to do
Going for
anything.
broke.
He's going to try to do anything to throw Crawford off. Whether it's sloppy, be off balance, throw him into the ropes, hit him, you know, with illegal punches. And there's that right.
He did
caught
get
him
there
with
with
the
that right. Came back with a left hand. You're absolutely right, Rich. He's just going for it.
When he did catch him with one of the right hands.
Well, that was more than most opponents get against him.
But sometimes that's all a fighter needs to say, okay, I'm done with you. Let me finish this.
Kind of going back to what brought him here, and that is get in there, try to get your man out of there.
Turn it into a Pier Sixer.
Yeah,
that's what Molina's trying to do.
That's his best chance. Double jab by Crawford.
Crawford a slightly bit more.
Good left hand from Crawford.
I was just going to say slightly a bit more cautious after catching that right hand, but then he launched that right.
Another combination, lunging right hand from Molina.
Does this crowd add to this atmosphere or what?
It's great.
You could really feel it.
Don't punch. Be careful. Come on, guys.
Molina just trying to get lucky, just missed with that right hand.
Step, 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 step.
Crawford was pawing at him with that jab, which has the effect, Barry, of not necessarily being a real hard punch, a damaging punch, but it's totally distracting to an opponent to have when you're just getting pawed with that jab right in front of your face.
And then he can show you the real jab. Like that one.
Stop! Obey the bell. Here we go.
Set to go to round 4 of this WBC WBO championship fight. We're in Omaha, Nebraska, the hometown of Terence Crawford. He has not disappointed the crowd at all thus far. Crawford being very sharp here, 2-3 jabs.
Thing about Molina, though, is he never stops trying. In any fight, he just doesn't stop trying, no matter how bleak the situation is for him. I mean, if you saw his fight with Lucas Matisse, I mean, when Matisse was at the top of his game, and he scored a couple of knockdowns in that fight, he fought, it just didn't matter, you know? And that's, of course, we mentioned the Mickey Bay fight.
And he's down on the cards and then just comes back with his shot, and you're like, oh my goodness, where did that come from? And maybe he'll get his legs. The more this fight goes on, maybe he'll get a little more in a rhythm and get some more legs back and be able to muster some power behind some of those shots.
Good sharp left hand again by Crawford, and another left hand.
Well, he dug that left hand to the solar plexus there, uppercut.
Left hand, double left hand, and a right hand behind it by Crawford. Right hand, top of the head. Left hand, straight left hand.
Stop.
And the lunging right hand misses by Molina. Little boxing lesson here in this round from Terence Crawford. Am I wrong, Rich? But I just see both a facial resemblance and just a resemblance to Tommy Hearns, just in how he handles himself in there and how he looks at his opponent, how he moves.
That's I agree with you. I see that he's he does some different things from Tommy, but he certainly is just as dominant.
Yeah, I know it's different style. There's just something about his demeanor in the ring.
After another dominant round from Terence Crawford, and they go back to the corner. I do want to mention, because he comes in for very little praise, it seems, his corner man, trainer Brian McIntyre.
Warren Buffett, and he's not in the premier seats.
No, he doesn't like to sit down here.
Yeah.
He likes to be in there with the people.
Gotta love that, don't you?
Terence has met him several times, had conversations with him. He loves what Terence is doing for Omaha.
Stop! No, be careful. Watch your back of the head, John. If he turns up, come on.
While he's getting a warning still, that's probably smart stuff for Molina to do.
Yeah.
Illegal? Yes.
Well, he's got to resort to anything because he's not just straight up. He's not going to win this fight.
There's a little Pernell Whitaker there. You see how low Crawford was bending down before throwing those jabs?
And that's his favorite fighter, he said, when he got inducted into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. He said, I wish I could have fought the next weekend so I could have seen him. That's one of his very favorite fighters.
I used to never believe how low Pernell could get up.
I know, it's true.
See, now that's a jab meant to do some damage, not meant to distract.
He's just fighting the fight he needs to fight against Molina. On the move, sticking the jab.
Right, don't punch.
Molina still comes after him with a lot of energy. but you know, he's outclassed strictly on a class basis. I think the last time I saw Christine, I don't know if you were there, you probably were at that fight, but when he fought Yokasta Gamboa, now that was a competitive fight, and it was a tremendous battle. And Gamboa had his moments, but ended up getting dominated and stopped by Crawford.
Crawford's probably his toughest fight that he had, and even though Gamboa was the smaller guy in stature, I don't know if people realize how much power and the speed in which the punches come from Gamboa. It's so quick. But once Terence got rocked, he came back and finished him, and John Molina might be on that same track tonight.
I just think Crawford's fighting a very smart fight here. He's fighting the fight that he needs to fight against the guy that he's fighting.
And he's punching from odd angles, doing some of the things that Lomachenko does, in fact, when it comes to you know, fighting within the geometry of the ring and with the geometry of the ring and your opponent in mind.
Good left hand slipped in by Crawford there. Molina just keeps doing what he's doing. And why not? Body shot from Crawford.
People sitting on laps.
Yeah. Well, ringside.
Standing up, ringside.
The seats.
They got to be happy with what they're seeing so far from their hometown fighter in Terence Crawford.
That was more of a slip by Molina than anything else, but Crawford trying to follow up. Crawford trying to take care of some business here.
Oh, just amazing.
Yes.
Right, don't punch. I got it. Step back.
The way Molina's winging those shots, he's just looking to land that one home run shot.
Good body shot. Another one from Crawford.
Don't hold, Terence. Don't grab on, woman.
Another good body shot from Crawford.
And who even bothers to associate body punching with Terence Crawford? And you've seen how devastating a body puncher he is in this round.
He's just doing everything right. You know, we're watching an elite fighter. There's a lot of very good fighters out there. There's a handful of elite fighters, and we're looking at one of them. He's just doing whatever he wants with John Molina.
And Molina's trying, believe me.
Yes.
He's still got a lot of energy. I mean, he's coming.
He's got most of this crowd on their feet right now.
Every round, too, something a little different twist from Crawford. This round working the body a lot more, talking to the referee. Wow.
Round, guys. Watch your head. Don't hold. Here we go.
While he's throwing punches, he was talking to Mark Nelson.
He keeps coming in with his head, is Molina.
Well, I know it's been talked a lot about possibility of Terence Crawford fighting Manny Pacquiao. He would be, I mean, a handful for Pacquiao or anybody else.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Stop.
He ended up behind him.
And it's just Crawford can make anybody look bad, and that's what's happening here.
By the bell. Time.
There's some of the body punching we were talking about. You saw that right hand to the body. I thought he did that, just surprised Molina, who walked right into it. I thought he did some material damage with that body attack in that round.
I agree. Crawford's corner complaining about Molina's leading with his head, and Mark Nelson goes over to the corner. Molina said, watch the head.
And they said in return, watch the hold.
That's right.
Which of course, but one of them, you know, you can only warn him so many times before it's like, okay, are you going to take a point away or not? So let's see if he is more on top of it, or if Crawford just finishes him.
Crawford comes out more aggressive here.
Don't hold, Terence.
And again, Crawford talking to Mark Nelson about Molina's holding. You can almost sense Crawford trying desperately to stay away from anything that resembles a headbutt.
Oh.
Hit him on the break.
Wake up.
Anything you need to do. Good strong jab.
Those are hard jabs.
Yeah.
Molina's still walking right to him.
Stop. Come on, guys. You're holding.
Oh, look at that.
Come on, you're both holding. Let's go. Keep it clean.
It is getting a little ugly in there. That was where Molina would have wanted Crawford, and he got him there, and Crawford got the better of him.
Look at these angles, man. He ducks this way, then he ducks that way, then he's behind you, then he's straight up.
But he's always
even with his cross.
When he throws a punch, he's always balanced up, even though he does that.
Which is also something Manny Pacquiao does so well, is hitting from those angles, those punches you don't see coming, which makes that matchup so intriguing.
Straight left hand. Crawford is doing everything right in this fight. It may not be pretty, but it sure is effective. Threw that from his hip.
That was pretty.
All his punches are pretty. There's a good left hand. Molina ducked right into that left hand. That's just a brilliant round from Terence Crawford.
Seconds out. You're good?
This is round 8. Still a long way to go here for John Molina. I don't think you can make a case for him winning any round.
He did win 1 second, though.
Yes, he did.
That right?
Yes, he did. Wild left hand misses. Crawford with a left hand of his own. Sticks the jab.
Crawford still, as dominant as he is and as offensively brilliant as he's been tonight, he still pays attention to all his defensive
Yes.
strategies as well.
No, he's I mean, at least to me, it's the first time I've seen him close up. So, and you guys have been around him a lot, but he's an artist.
That's what got me the first time that I did a Terence Crawford fight, was just how nuanced he was in there. All the little things that he did so correctly and beautiful. He's very unusual.
He has a full toolbox, and at any given moment, he can pull something out that you have not seen before, and it makes him so dangerous.
Just a sharp left hand. Nothing fancy about it. Good body shot. The right hand behind it very quickly. The crowd sensing that maybe something might be happening here. Molina says, come on, come to me. Molina just missed with the right hand. Crawford turns him, gets him in the corner. And Molina did get there with the right hand. Off the ropes.
Molina feeding off the energy a little bit too. He kind of says, come on, guys, come on.
Now, three-punch combination and the knees wobble. Crawford on top of him now, trying to finish the deal. Right to the body, right to the head, down he goes. That's it, it's over. Just like that.
Terence Bud Crawford, you are a superstar.
He's the man. And he showed it again tonight. Another reason why.
And the other mark of a great champion, a great finisher.
A lot of people felt a little let down after the Postol fight that he didn't go and finish Postol in the late rounds. He knocked him down a couple of times, that he didn't close the show. But you saw tonight when he had a chance to close the show. All right, let's take a look at the finish of the fight. Molina was calling for him to slug it out with him, and Terence took him up on the invitation, chased him back into the corner, and then unleashed. Look at this fusillade of punches. Body, head, left, right, everything.
I think it started with the body shot.
Oh, right there.
It was a beautiful body punch. Staggered into the corner. Molina got his wish. He was willing to slug with him. But he didn't get his wish in getting this kind of a finish. And when he went down hard.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the complete package. I mean, a total victory in every aspect of the fight.
And just from a different angle here, you can just see the effectiveness. Molina trying to cover up, but finally it is just useless to try because he's going to find that little tiny window that you haven't covered up.
And it's very hard to look very good against an opponent like Molina. And he looked very good in virtually every round.
Blows prompts referee Mark Nelson to step in and call a halt to the action with an official time of 2 minutes, 32 seconds of round number 8, declaring the winner by way of technical knockout, still WBO, still WBC, and still undefeated world champion, Terence Crawford.